In today's episode, I'll be talking about my first pair of Crocs. Yes, this is a brand I denounced for so many years, but I finally jumped on the bandwagon. My first pair of Crocs. I will also be discussing the history of Crocs, some interesting nuggets, and fun facts about the brand as well. So hold on, sit tight, and stand by. Welcome back to the Nomad Cast YouTube channel. Now, before I even talk about the history of Crocs, I want to talk about my experience, my personal experience with the Crocs. In 2013, I had surgery on my left foot. The doctor that performed that surgery highly recommended, hey, Mr. Anderson, you need to start wearing Crocs around the house. Now, I was like, Doc, you don't know me. I don't wear freaking Crocs. I wear house shoes in the house. You will never get me in a pair of Crocs. As the years went on, due to military operations, numerous foot issues, 2024, ladies and gentlemen, I purchased my very first pair of Crocs. And I will tell you, I have not been disappointed. I was ecstatic when I finally went to the Croc store, me and my family, and I purchased these Crocs. Now, these Crocs, I tell you, they're a little unconventional compared to some of the other brands. But what attracted me to this particular pair of Crocs, I love this kind of new age futuristic bottom. Look at that sole. I'm telling you, this Croc is so freaking comfortable. I recommend wearing it around the house without any socks on. Let those feet breathe. Let those hooves breathe. And you got the air holes in here as well, the athletic strap. For me, my recommendation, I just put the strap right in front because I don't like anything around my Achilles heel, right? But that's just me. The inside, I'm telling you, it's like walking on the cloud. It's like walking on expensive pillows. Man, so many years went by and I didn't even give Crocs a second thought. The doctor told me, hey, you may want to start wearing Crocs. Your feet will forgive you. And I hated that I waited so long. My wife even would say, why don't you get some Crocs? Get some Crocs. Nope, I stood on business. I didn't buy any until 2024. New Year's to be exact. I just want to talk about my history with the Crocs and the reasons why I didn't wear them and the reasons why now I am recommending you, the viewer, you, the listener, to purchase a pair of Crocs. You will not be disappointed. Now that I have provided you a personal history of the Crocs brand as it relates to me and my family, let's talk about the actual history of Crocs. First appeared on the shoe scene in 2002. Colorado natives Scott Siemens, Lyndon Duke Hansen, and George Bodecker Jr. founded Crocs in 2001 after innovating on a foam clog by Canadian brand Foam Creations, which Crocs later acquired. The first model produced by Crocs, the Beach, was introduced at the 2002 Fort Lauderdale Boat Show in Florida. Now, with that history, I want to dive in just a little bit deeper into that. Originally designed by two Quebec-based chemical engineers, these funny clogs are made of closed-cell ethylene vinyl acetate, short for EVA. It's using an exclusive technology called Cross-Lite, which makes them comfortable, lightweight, durable, and above all, provides them with unrivaled antibacterial and anti-odor qualities. Yeah, because you sure don't want your feet stinking. These easily washable, buoyant, and non-slip clogs also have the advantage of being thermoformable. In other words, the wearer's body heat makes the shoe takes the shape of the feet. Weighing in at just 124 grams, Crocs promotes blood circulation thanks to an orthopedic heel that supports the arch of the foot and an adjustable strap on the heel to hold the foot in place. An American-style success story. The comfort offered by these colored plastic shoes quickly won over the Americans. In 2003, the first year of production, 76,000 sandals left the factory. The popularity of the new sandals exploded as Hollywood adopted them. Al Pacino, Jack Nicholson, and Terry Hatcher all wore them. By the summer of 2006, the company's factories were producing nearly 3 million pairs a month to keep up with the demand. The flexible plastic clog with holes, originally favored by the medical profession, quickly became known and recognized throughout the world under the name Crocs. Questionable aesthetics, guaranteed comfort. Labeled ugly shoes 10 years after their launch, they went through a short period of decline before finding a new lease of life in 2013. A fashion phenomenon associated with celebrities, the great designers, and the biggest brands, Crocs became both the queen of limited editions sold at a premium price and the star of the social networks with the motto, "Come as you are." And even though they are now available in 20 different models, 20 different colors, the classic clog that made the brand so successful is still a spearhead product. You know, that's interesting. So many people wear Crocs, like the medical professionals, celebrities, everyday people like you and me. And I tell you, the shoe I think is relatable to the common person. A lot of people just rock some sweats. They wear jeans with them. I don't know about that one. But for me, I rather wear Crocs around the house. I haven't graduated to the point where I want to wear Crocs outdoors. I just bought my first pair. Let's slow down. Now let's talk about the Crocs Charms, otherwise known as Jibbitz. It was 2005 when Sherry Schmelzer, age 41, was playing around with ways to decorate her children's Crocs and decided to plug the holes with anything that I could find that was cute. She selected items with the help of her children. She decided to use clay and rhinestones to make charms that will fit snugly into the holes of her family's 10 pair of Crocs. When her husband Richard came home, he saw the potential. And the central figure that saw potential in those charms and Jibbitz, the man was Duke Hansen, the founder of Crocs. A little over a year after making her first Jibbitz, Sherry and Rich sold their business to the Croc company for $10 million, with an extra $10 million if they meet sales goals. Sherry and Rich still run the Jibbitz company, and they say business is booming. Now, speaking of Jibbitz, or speaking of charms, well, DA, since you mentioned Jibbitz and you mentioned charms, I might as well show you what we bought at the Croc store on New Year's Day 2024. As you can see, the charms strategically placed on our shoes. You got Proud to Serve here, you got pizza, you got cactuses, you got camera lights, so many different silhouettes. I tell you, just going through and sifting through all the charms that they had at the Croc store, I mean, it was fun. We spent probably about an hour just going through them, because they had where you can buy 13 charms, you get 13 free, buy 9 charms, you get 4 free. And I tell you, it was a fun time, man. It was a fun time just going to the Croc store and finding charms to be able to plug in our shoes. It's a take on our personality, because when you see the different charms in our shoes, it reflects our personal interests. So it was definitely an interesting thing. It was a fun time. My wife had fun, my daughter had fun, my son had fun, we as a whole had fun. Crocs are becoming a blank canvas for which creators of all mediums may meet. Recreating one just requires a greater sense of humor than if you was trying to create a pair of Nikes. And this is reflected in individuals the company has chosen to work with thus far. You got the Chinatown Market, KFC, Balenciaga, and many others are all capable of taking on a cheekier persona, and that makes them the ideal candidate for collaborating with Crocs. Let's dive into 3 fun facts about the Crocs brand. There are exactly 13 holes on each pair of Crocs. Whether you're looking at a pair of kids Crocs or a men's size 15 Crocs, each pair has 13 holes on the top of the shoe. But they aren't just there for aesthetics. The holes serve as ventilation and let out excess moisture to keep the shoes fresh. Like Lysol and hand sanitizer brands, Crocs actually benefited from 2020. While the COVID-19 pandemic did a number on businesses around the globe, Crocs pulled in $1.4 billion in earnings, an increase of 12.6% over 2019. Additionally, Crocs stock price more than quadrupled in 2020, and the hits just keep on coming. In the third quarter of 2021, Crocs posted record revenue of $625 million, a 73% increase from the same period in 2020. Crocs is one of the top 10 non-athletic footwear brands in the world. In 2021, Crocs Incorporated announced that it expects revenue to increase to more than $5 billion by 2026. In December of last year, Crocs inked a deal to acquire the privately owned footwear brand Hey Dude. The deal is valued at $2.5 billion. Crocs donate millions of shoes. The brand regularly donates shoes to those in need throughout their Crocs Cares program. Since March 2020, Crocs has donated more than 1 million pairs of shoes to healthcare workers globally. I will tell you, that is sainthood. That is servant leadership right there. Shout out to the Crocs brand. I didn't even know that before I researched. Shout out to Crocs for doing that for those medical personnel, those doctors, those nurses. Because I tell you, those were the first people to actually really start rocking Crocs on the regular. Shout out to them, man. What you're about to see is 14 pictures of the hottest Crocs collaborations for 2024. Coming in at number 16, the Lucky Charms Crocs. At number 15, the Hidden Valley Ranch Crocs. Number 14, the Free and Easy Crocs. At number 13, the San Juans Crocs. At number 12, the Space Jam Croc. Number 11, the McDonald's Crocs. Number 10, the Drew House Crocs. Number 9, the Karol G Crocs. And number 8, the Post Malone Crocs. And number 7, the Takashi Murakami Crocs. And number 6, the Pizza Slime Crocs. And number 5, the China Market Crocs. And number 4, the Palace Crocs. And number 3, the Pleasure Crocs. At number 2, the Balenciaga Crocs. Coming in at number 1, the Soleil Bembury Crocs. And thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Nomad Cast podcast, where I talked about Crocs, my first Crocs, and also kind of dug into the history of Crocs and some unknown and maybe well-known nuggets about the brand as well. If you found value with this episode, if you learned from this episode, if you were entertained by this episode, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, donate. I definitely appreciate your support. I am D.A, host of the Nomad Cast podcast. Just watch, just listen. Until we meet again, thanks for tuning in.